Hi, my name is Grant, and welcome to the Simple Arts Collective. It's a social engineering project that we've started down here in sunny central Boscombe. The object of the project is to provide an open gallery space for artists. We have 3 floors in total. Cafe area, gallery area, and artist workshops up on the first floor. We'll be catering for painting, drawing, photography, music, covering all the arts. Thanks for that.
Can I ask a few questions, Grant?
Yeah,
We've known each other a couple of years, been saying saying hello quite a while. I'm really sort of impressed and enthusiastic about what I've seen you've been doing with this place. I gather it's the people who sort of own the Opera House and the lease to this actual sort of building. You've got favourable terms with them. It's good news.
To be honest, the leaseholder, the head leaseholder, is a gentleman by the name of Ian. What's his surname?
Not that it's important. It was just I was wondering how long do you hope to be here? Is it sustainable?
The project is going to be long term. Our target for this place is to make it a cultural centre for Boscombe. The model is based on the Truman Brewery in London, mixed with the concepts of Crisis head office in central London, where we're providing workshop spaces that's going to give educational opportunities to those people who wouldn't normally be able to access them. So, for example, Crisis Changing Lives is a very large homeless charity. Their facility in London has cycle workshops, art workshops, etc. And it gives people access to learn skills that's going to help them improve their life, get access to employment. So an element of that will be
based on focus arts, recovery. It's got a therapeutic aspect, not just being a gallery.
There's that element to it as well. With the workshops that we've got up on the first floor, we have artists in residence, and what that does is we then have a gallery that's actually a working gallery. So during, for example, on market days, on Thursdays and Saturdays, I'll be inviting artists to set up and create their art in the public spaces down here in the coffee shop and in the main gallery, so that people can come in and see art being produced and get an opportunity to get involved with that. So they're, instead of walking into a normal gallery where it's very stuffy and conventional, we're going to do the same thing with a twist, so you can actually get involved with the art that's being produced.
This really feels like it's people doing it for themselves rather than it being sort of delivered here by outsiders.
Definitely, I mean,
definitely a local.
The project is run by artists for artists, and as a social enterprise or a social re-engineering project, the end benefits are basically in line with government directives in order to...
everybody's goals and aims. It's about time Boscombe sort of got some regeneration right in the middle.
Absolutely.
I see that they're opening a new bar over the road, and you've got the O2, the arena next door.
Yes.
Right in the middle of Boscombe Precinct.
Yeah, I mean, as with any business project or any project, it's all about getting the location right. This facility, just by pure chance, came up.
God's gift. I don't know about chance.
I'd already sort of put a project together that I'd put in front of Crisis Changing Lives for another building in Bournemouth. However, it was too soon for them. Their investment plans were already geared for Birmingham and Oxford. This building here is far smaller and is potentially something that Crisis would partner up with us. There are various other organisations that we'll be approaching, such as CRI, the Crime Reduction Initiative, when we have our opening, we're going to have representation from the local authorities, local arts development agencies, the Arts Council, and the list is endless. So once we get to the opening, the object of the exercise there will be to say, look at what we've done.
What date's the opening again, so I can sort of chop that in and make sure?
The opening, the private view opening is going to be on Friday the 8th at 7 o'clock, and then open to the general public on Saturday from 9 o'clock in the morning. That's the 9th of October. So
going back to the ethos of it and the future and the people.
The mission statement, or the vision that I have, is basically to give everybody an opportunity to access art and use art as a vehicle to engage people, inspire people, and help them get direction in their lives and do something. What I've found locally in the Bournemouth area and the Boscombe area, quite a few projects have all been proposed. People who run the projects then go for funding and immediately get knocked back, and it's generated an air of antagonism between the art community and the council. So what I've done is taken a totally different approach. I've said, right, get off my arse, inspire some people, take this building, get it up and running with no money. We've got no funding to get this going, and we're self-generating as far as finance.
That brought me back to the lease arrangements, because I know that they've got arrangements to do the right thing, some of the property developers and owners down here, and that lease as well, as long as they see that it's thriving and doing well, they haven't got an alternative, there's nobody queuing up to take it off their hands.
Well, the head leaseholder has this business as a coffee shop, and he also has a gallery and coffee shop which is underneath Bournemouth Library. He also has another one in Salisbury. So this is an independent, it's not something that's attached to any other organisation, it's not attached to any government.
You said you might form links with the Crime Reduction Initiative.
Yes.
And Boscombe, it is well known for kind of the drugs issues on the doorstep in front of everybody all day long. But a lot of the people that have probably used this place will be kind of in recovery, drug using, a lot of artistic addicts.
That is very possible. We're not going to be discriminatory. If somebody is keen to get involved in art or wants
some
to
of the
learn
funding
about
streams that you talked about, though, Grant, are very sort of issue specific, and I was just wondering if this was going to become one of those you've got to be clean to use the sort of premises.
Well, I would say that would be a priority and something that we would have to look at.
An unwritten arrangement. Obviously, you'd have to stick to all health and safety. Nobody can smoke on the premises, or sort of you're not licensed to sell alcohol or anything. You've got no plans.
At the moment, no, we're not. So it's, at the end of the day, this facility is a commercial enterprise and it's being run as a business. Hence the reason we've started it off, and we are self-financing currently.
Crime Reduction Initiative had 25 million quid given to them this year from the National Treatment Agency sort of stuff. They're not self-financing. They've got a couple of bases in Boston, and you said you had thoughts you might hook up with them in some way.
Yes.
And a lot of the projects that have been based on the arts that have sort of sprung up over the years in Boscombe have been issue focused that way. Sound Solutions, I'm kind of going back 10 years. Phil, what's his name? Phil somebody or other, the Boscombe Peer group. A lot of money has come and gone through Boscombe these years, and I'm surprised that they're not throwing money at you, Grant, to be honest.
We'll wait and see what happens. We're casting a very large net when we have the opening, and I have a specific strategy in terms of attracting potential investors, funders, grant bodies, etc.
Do you know who the sort of director for the arts, culture and lifelong learning is now for Bournemouth Borough Council? Because I can't find out. Sheila Levitt's kind of job shifted, but the actual, you know, the people that come and take on the office at the Library for Arts and Culture at the council don't seem too stable. Do you know who they are? Have they contacted you?
No, I haven't had any communication with the council directly myself as yet. To be perfectly honest, it's been a case of I've held everything at bay to get ourselves in a position where we can have the opening day and be able to turn around and say,
all the hard work.
This is what we've done. Invite the people that need to know and say, are you willing? Are you interested? Have we inspired you enough to invest in this project?